afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today. You have Alyssa Corum and Ken Shreve here. We're going to break down the action in today's bullish session, pretty much across the board, Ken, seeing a lot of strength. We're going to get into the major indexes here soon, and also a couple of names looking pretty interesting underneath the surface, including a lot of names out of the medical sector.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the medical sector, we'll take a look at a couple of strong performers, Shockwave Medical and also Owens and Minor. And such a great day for chip stocks thanks to a bullish earnings report from ASML. So we'll take a look at that one too.
Yes, definitely important to look at that. First, a look at the major indexes. Here is the NASDAQ, which finished up about 1.2% for the day, taking out yesterday's high, coming down to its 21-day line, Ken. We also had the S&P 500 and Dow up 0.9% each, and a very strong day for small caps as well. We'll take a look at the Russell, up about 2.2% for the day. So after 2 straight days of declines, which I think brought a little bit of concern, raised those levels of concern in the market, Ken, it looks like we got a strong day. A lot of stocks starting to snap back, but underneath the surface, how are those charts holding up?
Well, I mean, certainly the NASDAQ looks pretty good. Nice test today of the 21-day exponential moving average. Like you said, I'm just looking at the volume in the NASDAQ. The silver lining behind Mondays and Tuesdays declines is that volume kind of decreased each day. So the index avoided distribution days on Monday and Tuesday. But even today, the gains came in very, very light volume. So we've been talking about light volume in the NASDAQ. We're talking about how it, gapped above its 50-day moving average, but you can see there just really hasn't been, any volume behind the recent gains. That said, there were a lot of bullish movers today. Growth stocks bounced back after, 2 days of sharp losses. So maybe, volume is eventually going to come into the NASDAQ. If it can break out to all-time highs, that would be good to see. But usually weak volume makes for a shaky foundation. So we'd like to see volume start to pick up at some point in the NASDAQ.
Very good point there, Ken. And a quick look at a couple of index tracking ETFs. We have SPY tracking the S&P 500. That index close to its highs from just a couple sessions ago. Dow, DIA, same thing here. Really not much damage when you look at these indexes, at least, the S&P and the Dow, even the NASDAQ. IWM had been struggling, really trying to fight to hold near that 50-day line. Today's gain puts it back pretty close to that level.
Yeah, you actually had 2 straight distribution days on Monday and Tuesday for small caps, and looks like the volume today in IWM is going to be a little lower than what we saw Tuesday. Still below its 50-day moving average, but small caps were definitely the leaders today. The healthcare sector is a pretty heavy-weighted sector in the Russell 2000. A lot of healthcare stocks did very well today, helped by strong earnings from Intuitive Surgical and Edwards Life Sciences. So Russell 2000 still below the 50-day, but the Dow and the S&P that we just looked at, this is just a test of the 10-day moving average for each of these indexes. So we're still in a confirmed uptrend, light distribution day count. Hoping that growth stocks can get their mojo back and start to see volume pick up in the NASDAQ, and we'll stay in a confirmed uptrend for now.
That's right. And at the top of the show, Ken, you mentioned ASML, a big day for this stock in the semiconductor equipment group, gaining about 6.3%, heavy volume. It was one of the standouts that we had seen in the chip space as the NASDAQ was really suffering. Chip stocks, including ASML, AMAT, really led the charge in this rebound here. And ASML held up pretty well over the last couple of days, and a nice move higher on this report.
Yeah, most chip equipment firms, not only this quarter, but fourth quarter, third quarter, have been talking about just really bullish fundamentals in the semiconductor sector. It was more of the same for ASML. You can see 15% sales growth turns into 90% sales growth. So major acceleration from the prior quarter. I do think the stock is actionable here, especially when you look at the weekly chart. Stock was able to hold gains pretty well after a breakout from a short consolidation. It traded tightly near highs. At last check, this stock got stronger and stronger as the day wore on. So at one point, it was only about 7, 8% above its 10-week moving average. I think it's probably about 9% right now. But like I said, this stock has been just got stronger and stronger. So yeah, it's about 9.8%. So I would still look at the stock as actionable here, a good place to start a small position, and then you can add to it if it keeps going up and keeps working.
Mm-hmm. And Shockwave Medical, SWAV is another name, worthy of attention today, gaining 10% here, breaking out of a consolidation after a couple days of nice tight action. And this relative strength line stands out pretty nicely for this stock, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, no question about it. Very bullish relative strength line. Again, the volume behind the breakout, a little suspect. It did rise sharply from Tuesday, but still a little bit below average. Again, Shockwave maybe a beneficiary to some extent from strong earnings from Intuitive Surgical, which is tracked in the same industry group. Edwards Life Sciences also had a strong report, and they Edwards is interesting because it's not a they make heart valve
valves.
heart valve technology. Shockwave, you've heard of kind of plaque buildup in the arteries. It causes arteries to narrow and reduce blood flow. Shockwave's technology treats this plaque buildup in the arteries, so kind of the same heart vein as Edwards Life Sciences. So probably
The
a
same
beneficiary.
vein.
Yeah, same vein. Exactly. Good one. So yeah, nice.
You said it first. I
I
just
know,
emphasized it.
So a nice breakout today. We take a look at the weekly chart and see that this stock still could be in the early stages of a move here. It hasn't really been a friendly environment for breakouts recently, but this stock definitely looks like it's under some accumulation here, and looking pretty strong.
All right. And last but not least, we want to take a look at ticker OMI, Owens and Minor, finding support here, coming down to its 10-week line after quite a few weeks of pretty nice tight action here. Ken, talk to us about what the appeal is here with OMI.
Well, so the fundamentals here, I mean, it has a composite rating of 87, so it has plenty of positive qualities. Probably a little turnaround story here. Obviously, COVID hurt top line results in recent quarters, but in the fourth quarter, sales were up 8%. So we could see a company in the middle of an earnings turnaround here. This is a company that basically distributes medical and surgical products. What I like most is just the technical picture of the stock. It broke out, is coming down to its 10-week moving average, really in fine fashion here, finding support. So this one is clearly actionable at this point as it finds support at the 10-week moving average for the first time.
About 6% above that level. So we definitely like to see that there.
Yeah,
All right.
good tight sideways action after that breakout. It's just really what you want to see after a breakout. So I think it looks really good technically.
Most definitely. Thanks so much for that, Ken. And we have a couple weeks ahead of the anticipated earnings report expected to be due out in early May, although it doesn't look like we have the official date, but could be well enough time to build a position in a profit cushion in a name like this, especially when you have the wind at your back with what seems like a sector move happening right now.
Yeah, and Shockwave also reports earnings in early May, so that report is coming up as well. So, but really, the story behind the market today, a lot of really nice earnings reports. And just a good day of outperformance for small caps, and all three major stock indexes finished near session highs today. So good to see.
That's right. So with a little bit of a pullback that we saw in the market over the last couple of days, today, obviously a very positive sign. Do you think that means we could be entering sort of the kind of trending market that we saw last year with a couple of these pullbacks? We're now in a power trend. So it would be nice to have an overall trending market with these little pullbacks here and there.
Yeah, I mean, it's listen, it's still a very tricky market. We've got a very light distribution day count. I think just one or two distribution days for the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. But we mentioned the Dow and S&P just testing their 10-day moving averages right now. The Nasdaq testing its 21 days. So we're still in an uptrend. You know, the bottom line is that you have to be prepared for volatility. So any new stock that you're buying, you got to keep that position very small to start, and the market's going to tell you if your timing was right on the buy, and then you can slowly increase the position. But just because we had a really bullish session today, we had two pretty ugly sessions Monday and Tuesday. So we're in a confirmed uptrend, so it's okay to buy stocks, and there were a lot of actionable stocks today. But you got to keep those positions small to start. Don't start off top heavy.
Wise words there, Ken. Thanks so much for that. The conversation is going to continue tomorrow morning on IBD Live. We hope you join us there, investors.com/IBD Live, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.